Hello, everybody. Welcome. Sorry, trying to line up the videos I was about to. Hey. Hello. Yeah. Notification. I don't know if that from YouTube or is that well, anyway, welcome, greetings again. Frankie, hi. Welcome everybody. How's everybody doing? Yeah. Oh my God. I'm looking through the Nigerian news. Not one is talking about the terrorism that's going on. Not one of them is talking. I don't see anyone they talk about that. It's wild. Eh? It's wild. Not one is talking about the terrorism that's going on in Nigeria. Not Arise News. Let me see. Oh my goodness. I just say make I check. I haven't been there in a while. So make I see what they happen. Not one. This is wild. Look at it. None of them are talking about it. Not one. They're not born their way to talk about that. Now irrelevant things that they talk about. Irrelevances. Meanwhile, they said ASU was going to go on strike. Clearly, I don't know what they are doing. From what I'm seeing here, they're saying that ASU has suspended their 2-week strike that they were going to go on. Nobody was actually expecting anything from them. He said the federal government has come back to the negotiating table. Useless bunch of people. Useless bunch of people. God forbid. And then a lot of Nigerians are calling for the overhaul of the Nigerian constitution. Let me play this video. This is an important video, actually.
Finally, an affordable bath remodel program for seniors. If your bathroom still has one of...
There we go.
So, after more than 65 years of independence, ask many Nigerians and they'll say that hope has turned into hopelessness and laughter has fallen silent. They say that there needs to be a significant turning point in the huge political turbulence that's engulfed Nigeria for decades. And the way to achieve this is through a new, all-inclusive people's constitution. Nigeria's National Assembly is currently conducting a review of the 1999 constitution, aiming to amend key areas. The goal is to address issues and gaps in the current constitution and ensure its legitimacy through public participation. But while this process is going on, the call is out by many eminent Nigerians, including the legal luminary and former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Wole Olanipekun, for a much more root and branch constitutional overhaul. He, the Patriots Group, and many others have been leading a citizen constitutional intervention driven by what they say is a growing sense of public urgency to completely overhaul the 1999 Constitution to make it more inclusive. So, can the National Assembly be persuaded that what they're doing is simply tinkering around the edges, and that Nigeria is in dire need of a new constitutional framework that reflects the aspirations and realities of its people? Well, for more on this, I'm joined now in the studio by a member of the Joint Secretariat of the National Political Summit, Dr. Akin Faponda, who is also an eminent member of the Patriots Group and is the Director of Research at the Afenifere Group. Thank you very much indeed for coming.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you again.
Thank you very much.
So basically, Mr. Olanipekun is sending out an urgent call to the National Assembly to stop this review and amendment process of the 1999 Constitution, drop that Constitution altogether, and focus instead on coming up with a fresh people's constitution that would be subjected to a referendum that would give it the imprimatur of the people. Do you agree with him that this current constitution review exercise is something of a waste of time and money?
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, true, exactly. Thank you.
Wole and Olisa Agbakoba, they are the two brightest minds we have in this country. And they've spoken truth to power. But for
Emiliano, you getting
no reason at all.
EBT?
The political class,
Enjoy your
deaf
EBT if
and
you're
dumb
getting it.
to reason.
Okay, I'm sure that's what
Okay,
your
what they are
family
doing
lives
now,
on. Without that, you can't.
In American football,
You can't feed yourself,
the clock has run
right?
out. Because
Enjoy your EBT.
what they came up with
But
last
try
month
and get out
is
of
for
it,
them
okay?
to
Stop
amend the
living
constitution
on other people's
to
hard
consider
work.
74 bills through the 36 state assemblies. Do we have minds in those assemblies to process 74 bills in the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months? Do they have the mind? They want to create 46 new states. I was at the public hearing that was held, and they want to change 83 sections of the Constitution.
Yeah, but is it that they want to create new states, or that is what the public want, and they're considering whether it is feasible to
The
do?
fact that if your child says he wants what is not feasible, if you have leadership, will you lead them on to say, okay, want to shut them straight?
Yeah, but you could make the same argument about a new constitution. I mean,
No,
you have a right to go to them and say that. But I mean, they're not going to shut you up. They're going to listen to you. They have an obligation to listen to you.
All those things is because they have expended 100 billion naira for this process.
Right.
And they want to justify that they have spent that money. And nothing will come out of it. In any case, they are using our sovereignty. They are actually executing a coup against Nigerian society. The society says, let us sit down and talk. And we have been saying this in 1999. And they have been going on this process, and they have not. Okay, we now have almost 320 clauses in the current constitution. It's job for the lawyers, interpretation. Everything is wrong with it. The constitution we have now is not fit for purpose. Absolutely.
But I mean, if you're saying that, I mean, they're talking about fixing some clauses, arguably in dozens of parts of the Constitution. They're also talking about things like state police, distribution of states across the regions to make it a bit fairer, lots of other bits and bobs. I mean, if that bit that they're doing to an existing constitution, tinkering with bits of it, to you sounds like a massive rejig, what about changing the constitution completely, which is what you're asking?
Yeah, they want to amend 83 sections of the constitution, and there have been 3, 4, 5 votations before. If you have some cloth garment that you are patching in 3 places, if you have common sense, which you say, come, let's just think out of the box. What are the real issues in this country? We have 4 major areas that we need to fundamentally look at. The bottom line is that the federal government is bloated, is not fit for purpose. In true federalism, there will be 2-tier distinct structures, each one with its own constitutional framework. Absolutely. And then the functions to each tier, the federal government will take not more than 12, 14 of the 68 items. Maybe foreign affairs, currency, passport. That's it. But what does federal government have to do with roads? Omoye is going around the whole country wasting money to be inspecting roads physically across almost 1 million square kilometers of Nigeria.
Oh my God.
We're supposed to have 6, 7 ministers of works in the regions to take care of their own area, where they even know. I mean, okay, when I was in government, I traveled around the country because I was director of planning in the federal system. How many people know where Dambo is? How many people have been to let's say, Kotepene? How many people? You're all in Lagos just talking theory, or you're in Abuja. So until we decentralize and then give function to the regions without any ambiguity, Very, very importantly, why not propose? Supposing we go to parliamentary system, leave president, a governor in the state will be first elected in the parliament in the state. He will be first among equals. Will it be emperor the way we have governors now? It will not be, because he will first be elected as a constituency in his own state. It is the parliament members that will elect him as the governor or premier of that state. How will he be able to now pocket all his colleagues?
Yeah, but listening to you, I mean, you're making a lot of sense, and what you're saying is very reasonable. But I'm thinking in terms of the time. I mean, this new constitution, when do you actually see it taking effect? Because, I mean, there are presidential elections coming in less than 2 years. Do you see that constitution being ready by then?
If the patrons eminently considered and discussed and proposed a bill that has to be submitted, is for a process to make the change. The constitutional alternative, I have a copy of it.
Right.
Everybody is well meaning has copies of what's supposed to be parliamentary system, a separate regional constitution from federal, isn't it? And then decentralized functions of governance, and then revenue allocation decentralized. Those are the elements we need. And then elections now will be parliamentary. If you are elected to represent your state in Abuja, your state will pay your salary. You won't have salary in Abuja. So you are subject to recall by your state if you are not doing what is correct. But when you are elected now, the way it is, you come to Abuja, you don't go home again for 4 years unless you are going for election. So the document that will speak to this is available. Patrons have drafted it, and there's a bill on top, which the president, if he's really interested in solving the problem. When the patrons met him last year, he said he's interested first in economics. Okay, now, he said economy is now good, that he will now consider politics later. Okay, this time to consider politics. If he takes Petro's bill this month and send it to National Assembly, and they pass it, there are drafts that will be given to the public to debate. And within 3 months, there could be clean copy. The real issue now is to have referenda.
Right. But I've heard you say that what you want is not just an all-embracing national constitution, but a whole set of sub-regional constitutions for the 6 geopolitical zones that will reflect the way they want their zones to operate.
Absolutely.
I mean, would you like to expand on that?
In the bill that's supposed to be passed, we authorize the regions to have their own conclave to decide. Okay, we now have 6 regions, 6 geopolitical zones. Even the national assembly recognize these zones, and they already have commissions, so it's recognized. It's for those commissions now to be transformed into the nucleus to starting point of what to be the regions. I agree there may not be more than 6. So that some area might say, no, I want to belong outside. We might actually have 10 geopolitical zones eventually, once there is proper discussion. But then,
you just got into a car accident and you're thinking, I'll handle it myself. But have you really thought about what that means? Because
we might actually have 10 geopolitical zones eventually, once there is proper discussion. But then, we have the draft of Eastern Region Constitution, we have Western Region Constitution. There is document to build upon.
Right.
And then the bottom line is that we now agree that each region will differentiate and will be good neighbors, and they will cooperate and they will compete, and they control their resources. They will maintain federal government as a club, the way we maintain United Nations. That's the model that will not, you don't need to be fighting for 100 million to buy form to be president of in Abuja. You don't need that. You have to have some access to some unclean money to want to pay 100,000. I mean 100 million naira. That's just form. Not the real election. You have to go 36 states, hiring private jets and fueling it, and just shouting one nation, and that's all. Well, no manifesto, nothing.
It sounds like, well, certainly the sense that I'm getting is that you think Nigeria's leaders, and that includes members of the National Assembly, had really no respect for their people, and that they believe that their personal interests are the interests of the people? Because that's an assessment I've heard you voice in some of your public comments.
Absolutely, because some of them are my friends. They are from my area. If you sold your house and you bought from 50 million to run for Senate, and then you go to Abuja, you have to rent house 10 million per annum, pay 5 years. You are just investment, you are recouping what you have brought in.
Yep.
So they don't listen. I've sent documents to me, they don't reply me at all. They don't. Because I'm talking now, they're trying to survive. They're in survival mode, but they're in darkness until we put on the light. In fact, they are suffering. I've been with some of them where people from their village come in and say, give us Trump, give us money, we can't go back. They have to raise money to pay their constituents to go back. Otherwise, they have to pay hotel bills for them. They are in big trouble, but somehow, somebody has to call them to say, look, you are just killing yourself. If I'm a senator now to come back next time.
It's like being a drug addict, isn't it? Unless you go through rehab
Absolutely.
to get you off it, you're just going to keep doing it, even though you hate yourself.
Yeah, so to contest next time now, you are raising 100 million to survive the next election. Otherwise, you will not come back again.
But I'm sure you know, Dr. Fabonda, that some people have argued that it is not the Constitution, but the people that
Welcome,
matter, those
Dixon.
whose job it is to
Hi,
implement
Audrey.
that
No.
Constitution.
I
mean, if it doesn't matter, why have a constitution at all? I guess that's a question that
No. Structure and form and format matters. If you land in Heathrow Airport today, you will behave. You, senator, you carry your bag. You enter the train. Do you have people carrying your bags everywhere in Heathrow when you land? The structure, the form, format there is different. Well, here is for big money, it's for godfathers. It's for you to have 50 SUVs following you. So the system here allows us, as I said earlier on, supposing the governor is elected first into the House of Assembly, and then from there his colleagues now do electoral college vote to say you are first among equals to run the government on behalf of our party. Will it transform easily to an emperor the way we have now? But you don't know how the governor got his election. He got in there on his own way. He bought his way to annex to BSS to police. And he's not going to listen to you
Exactly.
at all. If you don't do anything, he will starve you of funds. He will dissolve the local government council. And nothing will happen. Because he's just on his own. He's actually on his own. Let me not talk about the president that just awarded contract 15 trillion. And no apology for it. It's being claimed as, but the process is very important. Even if the road is built, that process is faulty, is flawed forever.
Right. So it is about the politics of self-interest that's being practiced in this country, where I think I've heard you say this again before, where everything is mine versus yours. And if President Tinubu does something today, someone from a different ethnic group will say it's bad, not because it's really bad, because it doesn't benefit his people. In such circumstances, how would you use a new constitution to change all that?
If we decide now, if there is I believe honestly, something will have to happen. They can't on their own. Like it's what you said, a drug addict cannot just walk to rehabilitation on his own. Very rare. Something has to happen.
Guys, double tap the screen to like.
When the last few days now, the mere talking
Dixon,
about
you don't double tap to like.
it has entered into a
Audrey, have
psyche
you
now.
liked?
We used to no one want to even say it before, up to this last week. Now that we have said it, is it not? So we have to welcome more of such aberrations in the next couple of months. If the political class want to be reasonable, somebody have to call them. Our former head of states are too quiet. General Gowon,
I'm
General
telling
Badiga.
you.
So there's some leadership in the society that will call people in a private say, look, we can't continue like this. Former Chief Justice, and I'm disappointed in the Council of State. They were in a meeting, they could not
Antidote.
pick
Oh,
out
thank you.
some
I will
cases.
correct them.
They just were sleeping in the Council of
Thank
State
you.
or what? President can make proposal for clemency, but some of the justices were on seats while the cases were going through the appeal process. Were they not there in that council of state for say, this Sandal woman, we are just convicted her.
So they were simply rubber stamping everything, basically.
So it means we have nobody to have moral right
Yep.
to correct us. And if you don't have that, I pray we don't have some extra legal, extra judicial means to say no.
Right.
What you are doing is wrong.
Well, I mean, as I mentioned before, the National Assembly has said that if the people make it known loudly at the public hearings that they want a completely new constitution, that the National Assembly will have no choice but to hearken to their demand. Are you mobilizing the people to make that call loudly, or do you think it's up to President Tinubu to lead that charge?
In any society, there are some elites that dictate direction. You don't expect common market movement gate man to change what's happening in Arise News. It's not possible.
No, but what I'm saying is that you've been attending those public hearings. I mean, how loud is the call for a new constitution?
If my voice,
California, the whole nation is counting on you. Republicans want to steal enough seats in Congress to rig the next election and wield unchecked power for 2 more years.
Guys.
Prop 50, you can stop Republicans in their tracks. Return your ballot today. Vote yes on 50.
Cravings come quick, and this candle keeps up.
No,
Wrap your space in gooey cinnamon roll.
I mean, how loud is the call for a new constitution?
If my voice,
Hi, Eze, welcome.
Yeah.
We are all colleagues. I'm about 70 years. We all lived through this country. I lived through the 50s and the 60s. We all know where the shoe is pinching. If they cannot take us, if I ought to summon Baba Anyaku, for him to stand at 92 years, where do you want to speak? What does he want? Even me, do I want position? No. Most of us speaking, we just want goodness for this country before we depart. We don't want this confusion where people are carrying guns everywhere, and we're just, look, the cure that will happen in January when this tax reform comes to effect, when I'm reading all the provisions, everything, many people will just go to jail. Or you lose all the money you have, because all the steps before you start paying taxes. Maybe it will make people to revolt against the government when you start, seriously.
Well, actually, you mentioned the word revolt, and I say that I pick that up advisedly. But are you puzzled that Nigerians are not more angry than they are about all that is going on?
They are angry. They are angry only that the political class, they are used to shitting you down. How many people died in Kurudu during Abacha time? See the way people are shot during NSAS. Do you know their name? Do anybody care? The report they were set up, if I come out today now and I'm shot, so what happened? There is no consequence to you to protest in a civilized manner. I was talking to a former VC. In the last 3 days, come out to Abuja, I will join you. He said, but I will be shot.
And he certainly didn't want to be shot.
For no reason. He will be shot. Every small thing, they just roll out guns, they roll out tear gas, they roll out
live
everything.
Ammunition.
Everything. So they just look. The colonial system was doing better than what we have now. If they were white people, but they are among us now. They are colleagues.
Well, that's a controversial statement, so I wouldn't go that far. But to sum it up in a nutshell, your contention, in a nutshell, is that the 1999 Constitution was not designed for Nigeria to succeed, and that the Constitution of a country is always negotiated, where you come together and agree how you should live together, whether under a parliamentary or a presidential system of government, with unity in diversity at the core of it, not diversity in disunity.
Absolutely.
Is that a reasonably accurate summary?
Absolutely. We have to get to that point. I pray we'll get there in sane environment. But if the political class remain pretentious, if President Tinubu is not listening and is not acting, it will be very bad that everything will just collapse on his head. But he's a reasonable person. But he has played all his cards. He has enjoyed the presidency for all these years. 4 years is enough for anybody to do good. You don't need 8 years. He has body long house to retire to. He has his own comfort. What is he enjoying in the villa that he cannot pay for himself? It will be good for him to authorize this bill that patrons have produced. And in 3 months, there will be debate. By May, there will be a referendum. By October 1, the constitution will be ushered in, proclaimed. The next election will be parliamentary. Go to your region and just make bills, do door-to-door knocking. Win in your constituency. Once you win at that level, subsequently, it's electoral college. You submit your CV. If you are 30 members in the assembly, submit your CV. We all look at it. You are an engineer, okay. Commissioner for Works. You are educationist, this. No need to do dog-eat-dog, all these things. Temperature will just come down. And 2027 will be a rebirth of a new. It doesn't mean everything will be perfect. I agree. Because in the 6 geopolitical zones, there are people who say, I want to be alone. And it's not strange. In India, there are 28 states. There are 8 federal territories. Those say they don't want to belong to a particular state. They are federal territories. So there are many clauses that we can do to accommodate everybody, but by consensus. That's what the patrons.
That's the key thing.
That's what patrons are advocating, and we really want National to remove the ego. Inyekanweku is senior, more experienced than any of them, including the Senate president. Why not give him the honor? Call him to the National Assembly. What is there? What is?
You mean Chief Emeka and your?
Yeah,
right.
They are all fighting Natasha. That's what they are doing. What else? What else are they doing more than that? Let's take serious issue and call this man and call his team. Let's debrief and let's do what is necessary.
So, are you optimistic?
I'm not, but I'm pessimistically optimistic because they're just something has to push them, not on their own. Something has to push them.
So, are you going to intensify your lobbying efforts then?
Appearing on this TV, you are doing the greatest service for the country, a civilized service, a more decorous service. We don't want where we'll be shouting and beating each other. They will hear what we are saying. They listen to your channel. But the president is the anchor person that will take initiative. The patrons met him and he said he's doing economics. He has done economy for 1 year. Now it's for political. Is to take the bull by the horn.
So the time potentially is now.
Oh, yeah. And they can finish in 6-7 months.
Right.
Because the draft documents are ready. It's not to do any conclave, to do 3 years assembly, no. The document is available for public to debate all the nuance. For instance, we don't want INEC anymore. No federal election. Once you're elected in your region, your state, you come to electoral college in Abuja. We don't need INEC. The census is faulty. Census will be concurrent, not exclusive. There are many things that will bring the temperature down. Revenue, again, you work and eat, not share and go and eat.
I wonder why people like you aren't the decision makers in Nigeria.
Well,
but I want to thank you very much indeed. What you say will make a lot of sense to a lot of people. Dr. Akin Faponda is a member of the Joint Secretary.
Do you agree or disagree with him? He has a point though. Do you agree or disagree with him? Right? Oh my goodness. Okay. Let me see. I have a couple of videos and article to read as well. All you people that are participating in Hallelujah Challenge, I did not see one person. They say dress as your miracle. Out of all the people that have been seen posting their pictures and whatever it is that they are desiring, I did not see one person post a better Nigeria, a new Nigeria. None of them dressed as a new Nigeria. Almost all the prayers, it's all about material things, personal aggrandizement, personal enjoyment. No collective wish for where you live to even have peace. Nothing. Nigerian Christians, I ask, Christians in Nigeria are sycophants. I don't know what they pray to. they're just there for their own selfish desires. None of them are thinking about, I did not see anybody pray for the Christians in the Middle Belt. There was nobody that dressed like, okay, peace for the Middle Belt. Not one person. Everybody, they think of new iPhone, new laptop. I want to travel. Some of them even draw the different passports when they want to get to Japa from the country. P. Amira, welcome. This is the mindset of the ordinary everyday Nigerian. When I want Japa come America, when gay people fool. Well, their lifestyle, na not like her, na so gay people. Now, I want Japa come. See that they draw passport. See, I can show now the picture. See, they draw passport. Now, passport be this when person draw so. Yeah. Different countries. Hallelujah challenge. Even the Hallelujah challenge, I not see, even the person where they host them, I not see and say, this is specifically going to be for a new Nigeria to be ushered in. None of them. None of them. See. Meanwhile, look at terrorists in your area. See them. Make me see them. They are showing off what they have. Look at it. See them. See the cars when they get. See them. See them. They even get walkie-talkie. What's them?
Alhamdulillah. Woi get taki.
See cars. Where they kidnap by people. See weapons. See tools.
Yeah, mad. Oh, Akbar.
Yeah. I don't see anybody when they prepare for the Hallelujah challenge when one go to say, Omo, for peace. Not one. Everybody is all about their selfish needs. What do they want? I want to travel. I want to marry. Some they dress, they wear wedding gown. They know they talk say, I want to make money. I want to make money. They're not even they dress say, I want to make money. No, they are escape now. I want to marry. One million people gathered for the Hallelujah challenge. 1 million. Somebody say, leave religious psychophancy for Nigerian women. No be say if you not get work now, they not go give you work. No be say if you want to do business, they will give you money to start the business. The small money when they make, they will still collect them from your hand. See this one, dress, wedding gown. This now, waiting one go pray for Hallelujah challenge. In a land where there's insecurity, this is what they are after. See, the person that posted this said, I have not seen one woman dressed as a successful businesswoman. Say, I want to be a successful businesswoman. They, not one. They've been sharing their pictures, so people have been retweeting and making their comments. Another person say here, I have not seen a drawing of Niger flag or coat of arms praying for Niger to be better at the Hallelujah challenge. Abi, Nigeria does not deserve prayers. Somebody else put a comment here. This is from General Han, right? She says, you are praying for a visa to the same USA with LGBTQRA and gun violence. All the things that God forbids. The same country your culture is better than. That's what you are praying for in the Hallelujah Challenge. Let me read this person's tweet. Biggest mark. He said, fact is, 99% of those dressing like they are miracles on Hallelujah Challenge will witness no miracle. The other 1% report life coincidence as miracle. But you know what they would never do? You will never see them explain why 99% of them waited and saw no miracle. They would never explain that. If you secure visa, it is a miracle. But when your mate prays and does not secure the same visa, it is not miracle. It is probably devil's handwork. The same devil you defeat every year. I cannot stop reminding you how foolish you are when you participate in this foray. So, as I don't talk and finish, person just comments. He say, nobody dress for a better Nigeria. Out of 1 million people when show up for Hallelujah Challenge. So you want to tell me, so all those people, they know they get feel the impact of the country. They not people say, make the country better for all of us. Not one person. Nigeria and psychophancy. When I hear say they attack Kaduna State again today, the attack was more devastating. The attack when they come with this time, devastating. It devastates the state. When I hear, okay. See, several markets for popular Alaba market is on fire. I don't know whether I know, but make I show.
Nothing go do, nothing go do. Nothing go do. That one are taking. Before you enter there, you go walk, you go come out. Two fire service work on here, don't run, come out. No water again. You be there around Frankras. We are sure we there around Frankras. May you come out to opposite Antalaza. We are sure we near there, may you come out to Alaba market for Frankras. Fire. Fire, Alaba. Fire, they go for Frankras to Alaba. Furnish your side.
Now they see the fire for the Alaba market. Several shops. Eh? Governor Soludo promises 10 million naira reward to local government area that delivers most votes for APGA in Anambra. So they don't legalize vote buying, I be that. Indirectly. There's no other explanation to this. Nigeria, somebody says here, Duke of Africa. Nigeria is a country filled with defeated people who find solace in religion and social media entertainment. True or lies? Oh, Ayo Sogunro says this is how it started. In the 80s, when the first set of Pentecostal churches began this miracle doctrine. Fast forward 40 years later, and governance is in shambles because citizens no longer understand the difference between material problems and spiritual ones. And politicians take advantage of this every day. This is why they will always support religiosity. Now we all pay for this mass hypnosis, including those of us who don't subscribe to it. A serious damage has been done and continues to be done to the Nigerian psyche that seeps into every fabric of society. It's not a harmless belief. Eh? Yeah. Make una listen to this guy, Senator Henry Seriake Dixon. Say today during the debate on the Electoral Act amendment, I reiterated my well-known views on the need for amendments that will strengthen the transparency of our elections. Most importantly, I emphasized the necessity for electronic voting and the electronic transmission of election results. I also stressed the need to shift the burden of proof in electoral matters so that the INEC bears the responsibility of proving that the election it conducts are in conformity with the laws, guidelines, and rules, rather than leaving the burden on the contestants. We are currently working on the new Electoral Act amendment, in which I am deeply involved. We can listen to them.
The electoral system, the sponsor who led the lead debate and chairman of the committee on electoral matters, of which I'm a member, for bringing this very important matter for our discussion. And having listened to the lead debate and all the very moving and passionate contributions of all members, with which I totally agree, I just felt I should add a thing or two. There is no doubt, as has been said, that if there is one pressing matter before this 10th Senate, if there is one pressing matter before this 10th Senate, it is the issue of how we sustain and deepen and ring-fence the electoral system. Because if that fails, then we'll only be a democracy in name. We'll only be a democracy in name. And it's a great shame, that election period after election period, we seem to be regressing. I know that in this country, in 2007, President Yaradua, right there on the inaugural podium, restated his determination to review the electoral system that brought him into office. After Yaradua, 2015, a sitting president who appeared to be losing without even waiting for the final tally to be called, President Jonathan, and by the way, from the great state of Bayelsa too, made that historic call. And I was there in the room with him. The effort was to deepen and elevate Nigeria's democracy. And thereafter, 2019, we didn't see how that improved our system. So in some way, without casting blame or pointing fingers, we appear not to have built on the momentum that has been established, to the extent that, as I said the other day, and I note Mr. President's very patriotic utterance when he said, well, our country has done it before, and you're right. Now, it's as if, I don't want to say smaller countries, but we are the giant of Africa, and we remain so, by history and by design. It is other countries now that are now taking the shine. And I say so painfully, with reference to the last presidential elections in Ghana, where the candidate of the ruling party, Dr. Bawumia, candidate of NPP, vice president to the sitting president, Akufo-Addo, before even the tally was completed, placed a call to current president, John Mahama, and considered and stole the show, as it were, from us, Nigeria. So, Mr. President, if there is one major achievement we must make in this 10th Senate under your leadership, we plead that it should be this issue of electoral reform. In India, where you have over 1 billion people voting, diverse nation, which is a continent of its own, they spend 2-3 weeks doing elections because of the size, but you hardly hear people go to court challenging or killing themselves and so on. And they all have the differences too, ethnic, tribe, religion, and all of that. So, Mr. President, we have an opportunity. I know that we have moved from card reader to beavers. We should authorize INEC to deploy more technology, and we should support them with funding. Secondly, our political parties are the biggest challenge to our democracy. We have to look for a way by which we can introduce some regulation and control on their behavior or undemocratic behavior. And thirdly, and this is quite serious, I'm sure when we assemble in Lagos, tomorrow, Mr. President, will be meeting, your committee will be meeting in Lagos to again review some of the proposals that we have been tinkering with for almost a year now. The burden of proof in electoral matters, Mr. President, must shift to INEC. That is where it rightly and properly belongs. We should not subject it to the normal evidential rule that says he who alleges must prove. How can you prove something you don't even know? INEC is an electoral body conducting elections. INEC appoints people, a candidate and party has no control over them. INEC does whatever they do, juggle figures and announce. Do cancellations, they explain to no candidate, they explain to no party. And yet the law says, if you challenge it, he who alleges must prove. No. In every other matter, that may very well be the case. That's the common law. But we must make a change in our reviews in the Electoral Act now, requiring that for electoral matters, which are, as we lawyers say, sui generis, they're a particular class of their own, we must shift that burden. The burden of proving that the elections have been conducted peacefully and in accordance with law must shift to INEC. I want us to look at this carefully, and then when we do the clause by clause and at the committee considerations, we can look at it. Mr. President, thank you very much as we unite to give this country
Now don't hear am o. Sunday, welcome. I dey tell you. Wanna listen.
Year alone, every senator was given 2 billion naira to do constituency project, and that 2 billion naira, nobody's going to ask them what they do with it. Now let's calculate. We have 109 senators with 2 billion each. That's 218 billion. Now 218 billion, and nobody's going to ask how it was spent. Okay, House of Rep members will go. Each of them got 1 billion naira for constituency project. Left to them to do as they wish in your constituency, and you were not told that your House of Rep member.
Welcome, Ify.
So you don't even know what to ask for. That's 360 billion naira. Now that's minus all the extras they collect in form of bribes when people come to lobby them, or when people come to want to pass any budget or pass anything at all. For example, you remember that the president, when he was going to pass the bill that had to do with having zone administrator in Port Harcourt, in River State, gave every senator $10,000. No, if you didn't give them, they will not allow you to pass. And that's not because they are fighting for you, it's because they are fighting for their pockets. And then he gave every House of Rep member, gave them $5,000. By calculation, $10,000 for each senator comes to about 1.5 billion when you multiply and convert. 5,000 to House of Rep members, when you multiply by 360, and then you still convert, to this thing, comes to 2.6 billion naira. Hey, oh God, let's just face only 2 billion and 1 billion that they were given without constituents being told that their senator or their House of Rep member has been given money and you should monitor. Without all that, now let's look at implication.
I saw that, Chido. But not true. That was the only sensible one.
Divided by 18 local governments. Local governments can have 333 million naira for project. Does your local government have anything near that from the senator? Or say Kogi State, 21 local governments. You'll be talking about 286 million for each local government. This is talking about the money given to senators. Talking about the money given to senators alone. Divide the House of Rep members too and see how are these senators and House of Rep members serving us? Because we want to copy America and be copied well. As far as I'm concerned, it's for you to look at. But let's all of us look at it together. But as far as I'm concerned, we are better off giving this to kings and being told what is given to our kings. Let our kings and our chiefs be in charge of the money. Let the whole town know where the money is, and let's use this money to do what it's supposed to do. So much money being wasted. But what are they legislating? Do we need two houses to legislate? Do they have a place where they sit down in your town or in your local government where they are discussing with people about what they want to do with the money, about what they want to do, decisions they want to make at all? How are they representing us? How? When there's no place they meet with the people to know what they want. They are going there to go and say only that which comes to their mind, only that which they believe, or which the governor of the state believes, or something. Someone is talking to them, but it's definitely not you. It's definitely not me. So what are we doing with the senators? What are we doing with the House of Rep members? So much that we have to pay so much to maintain them. This money, we should begin to ask, how can we do better than this next year?
We are down here. See the money when the senators they collect, is it showing in your body? Have you eaten? Chido, you don't chop today. Your senator don't give you money. If he money reach your hand Sunday, maybe he reach your hand. He not reach my hand. Now they hear money. Now they hear money when these people they collect. So, hey, see, now only iPhone, US visa, marriage, their laptop. Now God they give. So once you get it, that's the miracle. You people are insane. I'm sorry. This is abnormal and embarrassing. I can't take it anymore. Now, person Twitter they read though. General Han. When we listen to Lee Kuan Yew, you say I dey on the road now with Lee Kuan Yew. I dey listen to anything, anywhere I see anything when he talk. Now so I dey follow. Please, if you have not yet kindly double tap your screen device gently. Una not break am. Some of una dey use a phone when reach to build mansion. Una double tap on a screen, or if you look up the side of your screen, you go see 3 dots. click that three dot, you go see like, you go see share, you go see subscribe. Anyone you want to do for their beg, do. Also, the hosts they collect support. Okay, do well to support with super chat, Zelle. The information is pinned there. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm gonna listen to Lin Kuan Yew.
But reality is a feeling which sometimes is difficult to explain. I mean, the most difficult of all to explain was when my own colleague, who built up all these beautiful houses, he is an architect, very able organizer, called Tei Chang-wan. I've covered him in one of my chapters. He could have made a fortune outside just as an architect. But for some reason, he yielded to the temptation of taking $500,000 for adding an extra piece of land on a land sale so that the developer has a neat little completed plot. Then he did that for another one. And years later it popped up. And the investigations had to start. He wanted to see me to solve the problem. I said, if I see you, then I'll be a witness in court. So best not see me. Better see your lawyer. He committed suicide and left. He left a note and said, as an Oriental gentleman who believes in honor, I have to pay the supreme price. Died. And the family left because we had created by then, this was 85, 86, we had created in Singapore a climate of opinion which considers bribery, especially bribery graft in high places, as totally devastating to the society and the economy. But it's a heavy price, but it reminds every minister that there are no exceptions. We never...
How are you?
Now here, right? Make I see. There's more. Make I read. They show na videos. Okay. When the Islamist attacks were more in the Middle Belt. Okay. Some people thought we were exaggerating things. Now they are everywhere. They are now in Ondo, Ekiti, Kwara, Enugu, Imo, Kogi. They are all over the country. And like I've always said, the Middle Belt is the brick wall that once it collapsed, the takeover of the South by jihadists will be seamless. Unless something drastic is done, the takeover is about when and not if. It may look impossible, but trust me, these guys have planned this 100 years ago. And all logistics are in place. Did you see the vehicles I showed you guys? Okay. And the tools that these people have. How many of you know person when get those kind of things, tools for any community for Nigeria? And move on. The amount of weapons in the hands of Fulani, Muslim, jihad, terrorists in the forest are mind-blowing. They have military-grade weapons, including anti-aircraft rifles, RPGs, while the government and the media continue to pretend and dismiss them for mere bandits. They are importing more fighters through the many porous borders up north. Months ago, I shared about how trailer loads of Lakurawa fighters from the Sahel came into Sokoto, yet nothing was done. No arrest, no persecution, just nothing. The entire security architecture of this country needs a total overhaul. But until then, let us continue to deceive ourselves by calling well-armed terrorist bandits just to downplay their capacity. This was written by Stephen Kefas. Stephen Kefas, I think, is from the Middle Belt. Okay? Now, to show you, as soon as T-Pain entered, he don't start campaign. Look at showing the flyers. He's the one in ruling party, is also the opposition. He's acting as opposition. Only his banners, jingles, flyers are allowed by INEC. He's the only one campaigning on TV. He has the elites and politicians in his corner, not the people. INEC gives him all the necessary support. I couldn't see. Yeah. Ah, let's listen to West Africa Weekly.
Big names. So apparently.
Hold on.
So apparently, joining the APC is the latest national trend. Every week, another big name switches sides, like it's Black Friday for politicians. From Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Delta, Enugu, the opposition map is turning APC green one state at a time. Governors are hosting pre-decamping dinners. Yes, dinners, where future defectors toast to unity before officially switching camps. Some governors are threatening their commissioners. Join the APC or kiss your appointment goodbye. No pressure, right? Just career guidance.
And you are wearing traditional dress and you are coming to the rest of the colonies as you are to come.
Governor Bala Mohammed accused the Tinubu-led federal government of withholding funds from opposition-led states, describing it as a blatant attempt to destabilize their governance and force.
I've written a lot of letters to the federal government deserving issues that we need intervention on security and on governance. We are not listening to maybe because we are in the opposition. Other states are getting a lot of money. And I'm crying loud because this is unfair. But that's what we have been going through. The federal government is not listening to the opposition governors or governments. And this is very unfair. If there is money for intervention, we are supposed to be given equal.
Meanwhile, everyone's suddenly singing On Your Mandate, We Shall Stand, like it's the new national anthem. Is this politics or cultism? Because the energy's starting to feel less like a party and more like a cult initiation. But here's the real question. When every voice echoes the same chorus, who's left to speak truth? Is this unity or control dressed in Ibadah? Because at this point, Nigeria's democracy is starting to look like a one-party reality show.
Siam, 1 million people now go hallelujah challenge. Imagine that 1 million people on the street fighting this government over good governance. Things go they move, they go they change. But if you talk, touch not the anointed, do the prophet no harm. This person say, fix the country and I guarantee you that 90% of Christians will stop attending church programs. Nigerians don't love God. Now bad economy, they worry us. Our love for God is fueled by acute poverty. And the church knows. That's why they rather support Tinubu than Obi. Hey, 1 million. Imagine say that 1 million now they march enter streets. All these people go take helicopter run. They go take and run. Hey, Abby, you they sing your papa song. Abby, you don't like your mandate. Abby, you know well. You they sing a true. You sing I enter my comment section. Hey, I'm telling you, Ify, it's crazy. 1 million people. Nigerians are the greatest enemies of themselves. I'm not even going to fault. And guess what? Women in Nigeria are the greatest enablers of this psychophancy. I'm not even going to hold back. Now, women, now they be the greatest customers to this psychophancy. Look at these things that they are praying about. Please tell me. For country when you know say poor people, person when you visit Nigeria recently, they tell me say everywhere you go begging. Person when they speak, you will know say this person go school, well educated. And then some parts of Lagos, drug invested. People are high on drugs and having children. This is how bad it has gotten to. None of them go hallelujah, say no. Nathaniel, let's speak up for our brothers in the middle belt. Not one. Not only one. When Chido mentioned earlier, when he say, make person help and retweet, make the Peter Obi make it dress. Now the prayer when you get only that one won't make sense. See, the older ones have started gathering to take over from where the old reunion stopped. Something dangerous is cooking behind the scenes. The evil son of Nigeria's illegitimate president is now in bed with some Igbo businessmen, plotting to sustain the same state capture where the rich keep getting richer while the poor remain broken. They've created a new IG account and claim they want to change Nigeria, but their foundation is drug lord. Nigerians, open your eyes. History is repeating itself, only this time with prettier faces. Pay very close attention to these people. Mona dey there. Sheyi Tinubu wan go be governor of Lagos State. Make Tinubu for enter. Make you come tell am say pikin no win election for Lagos State. Make you know wetin go happen. Hey. See Abuja, person dey drive with hyena for inside car for Abuja like say na Jurassic Park. He carry hyena put for inside car dey drive. If somebody explains Nigeria to you, you no go know. Hey, you no go understand. You can't understand it. People are looking for people who dress like CEO, member of parliament, senator, minister. No, they're not dressed like that one. Yago, welcome. See.
Of African culture, Christianity and Islam.
Look, we listen to this man, Mahunga.
Christianity and Islam, by nature, they are bullies of African culture. It is expressed in their intolerance of other people who believe differently from who they are. So here's a simple example. If a Muslim walks into this village, the first object is to build a mosque and make everyone in that village a Muslim. It changes your timetable of waking up. You wake up at 5, changes your fashion, changes the way you bury your loved ones. Now you must even do everything according to Islamic law. The same thing is true with Christianity. Christianity walks into a space, first thing they want to do, as a Zulu, as a Xhosa, take off your shirt and put on your beautiful beads, and you walk up to church. Christianity will look at you, because apparently you must become European first, before you can become Christian. In order for God to accept you, He cannot accept you in your authenticity. He needs first to take you through the culture of the dominant culture, which is the colonial culture, before you can actually become an acceptable Christian.
Yeah. General Han says, you are willing to pray and fast for years just for God to answer your one prayer. But after voting just once and not getting the result you hope for, you give up completely. When asked why you are not fighting for a better country, you will say, we voted and Tinubu read it. If you can have faith and patience with God, that then you should have the same patience to vote again and keep pushing for change. I'll tell you the truth your pastor won't say. This is General Han that's telling the people. Oh! Yeah. Let me read this comment by Dr. Mo. I read it earlier today, but I'm going to read it to you guys. The Christians are being massacred. The Muslims claim that they are being massacred too. The Christians are crying for help. Instead of the Muslims cry out for help, they are expending so much energy to silence the Christians from crying out for help. What kind of logic is this? How does it make sense? I leave you all to answer that question. The problem for 2304 not be here. I'm telling you. Sycophants. Bunch of sycophants. Hey! Yeah. Look at this one was another during the election. Make I tell now this one. see.
Oshime, 4 years.
There was one this pastor that was prophesying. He's always prophesying. Now he prophesy Tinubu.
Oshime, 4 years deal is failed. That 4 years deal, you will not enjoy it. You better have a rethink. Who give you that advice, Oshime? Oshime.
Now Osime, now they prophesy about, now they talk about. The guy talks about he will use what is happening really to do prophecy. I've never seen sycophancy of another level. Now this man be. He prophesies he only prophesies about elites, so-called fake elites. We don't even get elites for Nigeria. It's either it's prophesying about one politician, Tinubu, or it's prophesying about footballers or artists. Those are the people he prophesies and sees things. Helen, welcome. I'm telling you, psychophancy has become the norm. Exactly. Eh? I hope the affliction of political correctness will not buy us. 15,000 Christians and 500 Muslims died between 2015 and 2025. And we are all in it together. Now Christians, they carry AK-40. My brother, help me ask. I shall show videos just now of the people when they get the tools. You now notice for the video that they say Alhamdulillah. Abi, I talk and where and also be more than no vessel. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Now that they talk for the video with tools, with vehicles. How many Christians you see with those kind of things? I go ask. If person know, maybe I don't know. You understand? I you know, a person know they know everything finish. But if you know, tell me, debunk me for comment section. I don't play videos now, not be once, not be twice, right? Where tools. In fact, they go show for community meeting, they pad themselves with tools. All Muslims. I not see if there's any Christian that carries those kind of things. Please correct me. I am here to be corrected. I don't know everything finish. Yeah, exactly, Helen. Exactly. Eh? Meanwhile, people they waste, they spend their time only in Nigeria. Make I read this comment by Biggest Mark. Only in Nigeria will someone be praying for a miracle to get a job as a developer with Twitter. A company owned by someone who doesn't believe in God. Now they hear, let me take that again. In case there are those who are Christians in the comment section here, because they will cry. Only in Nigeria will someone be praying for a miracle to get a job as a developer with Twitter. A company owned by someone who does not believe in God. Someone did not require prayer to build $1 billion company, but you have to pray and join Hallelujah Challenge to get a job in this same company to earn $1,000 as front-end developer. Not be juju be that. It's not only juju, na mental illness. It's Biggest Mark. Mashio. Hunger in the north. When Christians they complain, Muslims not talk. All the mayhem. Now don't say they cry. None of them come out. We not see now they do spaces endless when they cry. Oh no! When Christians they complain, now na push on ourselves come out. Anyway, I'm not blaming them. Christians giving our body see finish. They themselves, they don't even know themselves. Their pastor is all about feel good, accumulate as much wealth and pass it to their children. Michael, my brother, welcome. Oh, welcome, my brother. Good to see you again. Now to accumulate wealth for their children. When they don't accumulate the wealth, those children will come tell una say make una shut up. Una not ask them for anything. Una shall see wetin Adeboye pikin they do. Una hear some of the videos wetin he talk that time. Say he no get money to give una. Ew! Hey. Make I read another comment for now. Duke, this one is from Duke of Africa. I find it amusing that a lady with no source of income whatsoever is hopping on the Hallelujah challenge to find husband and not a job. You see why she never had a man in the first place? The jokes write itself. Honestly, I wish I was a stand-up comedian in Nigeria right now. So many jokes to tell. You not get work, you dey look for husband. Not be poverty alleviation be that. You even see money to enter transport go Hallelujah, or maybe you see money to buy data for Hallelujah challenge. Oh my God. Okay. I'm gonna wait though. I'm busy. See, apparently something is happening in Bayelsa State. I don't know if you guys know this. Nigerian police reportedly shooting tear gas at protesters in Akemfa, Epi, Yenagoa, Bayelsa State, who were demanding government intervention over their long abandoned community bridge. Because people come out to call out the government for the abandoned bridge, that they shoot tear gas at them. Make I play the video for you. What? Now small pikin they talk like that. Okay. See more video coming out of it. They actually came out to protest. Let me see. Dara, I don't know who this Dara is. So she's probably having a go at herself. Oh. I think she's fighting with herself. That's what it is. I not even notice. She's definitely fighting with herself. She has inner demons that she's wrestling with. Allah ordained the Muslims to punish the Christians. Quran 9:14. Wow. Oh, Yago, you say, is Dara having a go? Yeah. She's having a go at herself, apparently. Like, some people, they fight many demons, especially Nigerians. You know, the whole thing when they happen for Nigeria, they mess up their mental health. You understand? So they are fighting demons, their own demons themselves. Because some of these people supported the party. So the demon that is wrestling with those politicians, the thieves, the gluttons that you have in politics, they are wrestling with Dara. So that's why she came to act it out in the comment section. Now good luck, Jonathan. People, now them now when Jonathan dey there, wetin he do for them? Wetin he do for him people? Bridge he not build, road to him house sef. I hear say no road to him house. Abeg you. Stories of Nishant, welcome. Ryan, whatever, welcome. He say na your mama. Okay, let me read this one. You see that video when I played of that primate Oyedele na they call him, right? The same man and prophesy say Trump no go win re-election. All the prophets now is always going after top politicians when they big names. That's all he does. Or footballers. Now wait till they do be that. Or big artists. Made them for notice. Now, there's another comment here by Sega Aransin. Says, meanwhile, you can walk into a store and pay $60 a month for an iPhone 17 Pro Max abroad. No miracle required. God must be tired of Nigerians. Oh, Salobwa. Oh. Hell, this one put, see ya tonight. See him, he draw, he make iPhone and laptop from carton. See him. Now that one they pray for iPhone 17 and laptop from carton when he make. Nigerians. There is no such thing as the masses versus APC. It's a political party versus another. Quit this immature political ranting all over the place. If you have a candidate and a party you support, start doing the difficult work to recruit new voters. Okay, that's not necessary. Hey! The coordinated attacks that they want to carry out, that they have put out statements that they want to carry out in Ondo and Kogi State, time will tell. In the coming days, we'll see how well they are able to tackle that. Because they put out statements by themselves that they have received, DSS themselves, so they have received threats of coordinated attacks on communities in Ondo State and Kogi State. We'll see how well they're able to tackle that. Misplaced priority, Yago, I'm telling you. He said that they chop iPhone. My brother. Oh, yeah, politicians take us like Mumuna because we know they do anything. That's what we feed. Anything when they give us, they throw at us, we take them. Thank you very much, Michael. Tokumba, welcome. Somebody say pastors where God call genuinely no reach 10 for this Nigeria. Oh yeah, Buchi, welcome. He say pastors when God call genuinely no reach 10. He reach 5. He reach 5. Abemona double tap the screen to like. Oh yeah, Buchi, you don't like. Tokumba, you don't like. The one with many alphabets. Sanusi, the one with many like, oh, I beg. Hey. See Sheyi Tinubu. This man, if you are not careful, thank you very much. Lagos. If you are not careful, now Sheyi Tinubu go become a governor. I never see anything. They go build empire on top of una head for Lagos. Oh, salo boy. More na hear something, no. French foreign minister announces 410 million euros Lagos deal. The French Minister for Europe and Foreign Affairs, Jean-Noel Barrot, speaks exclusively with Arise News to discuss French-Nigeria relations and France support for the Omoye project in Lagos State. Oh. Hey, T-Payon dey dashing people money, free money. See this one now. These French people wey be say they don't like black people. Oh. Now then they get before you indigene of Nigeria, of Lagos, you not fit get that kind contract money. Then they give am to outsider. Let me keep quiet. Let me keep my thoughts to myself. Not be now. There's no need. We need to focus our focus. Let me read something for you guys. OnlyFans CEO. All of una, just say most of una know wetin OnlyFans be. OnlyFans CEO says the platform has paid $25 billion to creators since 2016, with most users in the US. The company makes $11 million profit per employee, beating Nvidia, Meta, Netflix, Google, and Apple. I reserve my comments. Bishop Coker in July 14, 2021. He spoke to the US Congress and says the federal government is helpless and uninterested in dealing decisively with bandits and insurgents. But now Bishop Coker not believe say terrorism dey. He not believe am anymore. I'm telling you, he will be if he at one time. Dinner don't land. Veronica, welcome. I don't know the God when he call them. Oh, then they always call some God when he call them. I don't know which God called them. What is OnlyFans? It's like Olosho now. Isn't that what they say it is? Thank you very much, AB. Help me tell am. The same fans when it broke, they don't your T-Pain don't elevate them now. They are now 410,000 euro rich, 10,000 million euro rich. They borrow money to give French company. AB, you they see me for OnlyFans? Have you seen me there? They ask me question whether I dey OnlyFans ni. Wetin I go carry go find there? Tell me. People when they are not they judge anybody, I beg. I know they here to come judge anybody. That one no concern me. If you see me for there, take picture. Do video, send them. Send them. Feel free to make money off of it if you jam me for there. Okay? Hey, you're not serious. Tinubu they borrow, yep. Hey! Nigeria. The high unemployment rate in Nigeria has turned employment into a miracle. Shaking my head. This is from Biggest Mark. As in, after spending time and resources to learn web development, When you eventually get a job, it qualifies as miracle. Unamumu too much sha. The real miracle would have been you securing a job as a front-end developer when you have no skills or knowledge about web development. This one say, dress like your miracle. I shall come back to testify. Sent myself a congratulatory mail for a front-end developer role that is paying $1,000 a month. Hey, I know they knock anybody hustle though. Hey, Nigeria. Oh, swan. See this one. Tribalism is a sign of poverty. The rich are not tribal. They propagate it among the poor to keep the poor busy and desperate. I'm going to read that again. Tribalism is a sign of poverty. The rich are not tribal. That they marry amongst each other. That they give their children each other to marry to keep the money within. They propagate it among the poor to keep the poor busy and desperate. So, we dey here, we dey see. Hey! If Nigerians can put a check on religion and tribalism, our problem will be half solved. And then all of us come together, unify to really, you see all those 1 million people when they show up for a Hallelujah challenge, they go march on the streets, they go file out on the streets. Walai, things go change tomorrow. All these prayer requests when they get go turn to thing of the past. Hey. Anambra people, na election they come up. Wetin dey happen now? Who be una candidate? I see Peter Obi campaigning hard for Mogalu. He's campaigning, he's in Anambra State, pushing Mogalu seriously. Wetin una dey do now? Which one? Wetin be una own for this matter? Ife, who be your candidate? Who is your candidate? Oh? Hey. This person said, it is better to unalive young than to be remembered as a hero and to be remembered as a hero than to live long and become a villain. This one say, Kuka, I pour spit on you. Because he did a lot of, he was going around that back then, talking about Christian genocide. But cats don't hold in tongue now. Oh, sorry, guys, I've missed a lot of comments. Make Tinubu encourage Naija Oloshos to open Naija fans since he don't legalize Oloshos as taxable endeavor. People still dey learn web development too. Now it be this one miracle. Now it take go Hallelujah challenge. Now strategy like you have stated. I don't support it though. Oh, you don't have a candidate, okay? Yeah, so. That isn't that what it means? If they are asking them to pay taxes, they indirectly have legalized it. That's what that means. That's what that means. That means they can register their company, and have a madam. They'll be working and they'll be getting a cut. That's what that means. You understand? Mona double tap the screen to like. Imagine Atiku, they say, we provided the country with credible leadership. Since our departure, the country has not been fortunate enough to have leadership of the same quality at either the state or federal level. Please, is this true or false? Make una tell me because I don't know. We are just going round circles since 1962. Thank you, Yago. Meanwhile, article for here they talk say we have provided. I don't know wetin they provide. Hey, the chief of defense staff, CDS, somehow, how? Sunday, welcome. How? Tokunbo, please help me explain how. The chief of defense staff say, Christopher Musa, he say he has warned that anyone working against Nigeria's sovereignty and unity will be treated as an enemy of the state. Please, what about the Boko Haram terrorists that are running rampant? What has he done about it? Can somebody help me answer that question or help me take the question to him? Yago, abeg, help me ask Tokunbo. Tokunbo say somehow. So I dey ask APC chops is Promax. So I dey ask Tokunbo talk say somehow. Now say make he help me explain how article dem take give us good government. Abeg. Maybe I no dey country that time. You understand? Maybe I no know. Because the person no dey know everything finish. So my let me answer. Somebody responded to the CDS comments. He said, are election riggers not working against Nigeria's sovereignty? So why do you let the rigging be sustained? Why haven't you ever treated them as enemies of the state? Just asking. Hey, this Harrison Guam issue. Oh my God. The guy, they enter bush every time they fight kidnappers for inside bush. I never see this kind of human being before. I'm sure he's getting some type of training for him to be entering with these security forces. I'm telling you, the guy is literally in the bush with them. I'm telling you, it's wild. He's all. Let me show you guys a video. Thank you very much, Michael. Yeah, the guy is in the bush with the people going after. I've never seen anybody like this. Now, there's an article I just saw on Business Day. On the front page of Business Day, it says why Nigerians die decades earlier than global peers. Somebody responded, hardship is rising, life expectancy falling. No truer words. Let me share something with you guys. Let me share with you guys. Hold on one second. Okay. So, Trudeau says, now here we did tonight, Nigeria must rise again by fire, by force. Corruption must die. Our hospitals must work. Our schools must work. Poverty must die. Banditry must die. Insurgency must die. Kidnappings must die. Christian genocide must die. All glory must shine. Real hallelujah. Mona serious.
music singer. I'm a man that been conscripted. I am not a music singer. I am a man that wants to grow.
Una don't tire. Are you guys attacked? Oh my god. Musa wey say go learn kung fu. Kung fu and bullet dey mix. No be this Harrison suppose be. I'm telling you, guy goes everywhere. I've never seen. Eh? Oh my god. Flower will raise before Nigeria. Nigeria. Oh my god, there's another wait. Make I listen. Listen to this video. Positions in INEC, including chairmanship, should be advertised as recommended by the Uwais panel, says human rights Femi Falana. Before I play this video, I want to read, because this Mike Arnold never come on hand for Reno Omokri neck. He say kudos to Mobile Punch newspaper for removing all references to me and Mr. Gibbs from their paid-for article filled with Reno Omokri's lies denying genocide. It had slanderously lumped us in as stooges for this evil scheme to defile the blood of martyrs. Clearly pre-written. I guess since they kept the story up and only removed us, they don't owe him a full refund. Now he's standing alone for the permanent record as the Joseph Goebbels of the Nigerian Holocaust, in infamy, where he belongs. See, the truth can win, but you sometimes got to push. A world-class lawyer helps. If you come across another of his paid-for planted articles which besmirches our character in this way, please send me a link. We'll get them all taken down. Never stop fighting for the truth. This guy don't popular for Nigeria Twitter space. Hey, he don't get following Nigerians. He dey call himself earth shaker because when Omokri they call himself table shaker. Hey, let's listen to Falana.
How do we achieve that was raised? And I heard some debate on the floor to the effect that lawmakers are also saying if the diaspora remittances are that huge, then that means that the voices of the Nigerians living in diaspora should be represented when it comes to elections. Well, I don't know how that will happen if Nigerians who are not living physically in Nigeria will be able to vote. But one thing that will also be very important is that those who are in critical services are not able to vote. That means there will be early voting for those who are police officers that will be on duty, those who are going to be in prisons, hospitals, so people can vote. If that also happens, it will make a lot of sense. But this is where I like your views, Mr. Falana. Senator Simon Lalong, who presented the bill, part of what was presented was to the effect that there needs to be an enhancement of the independence of the Independent and National Electoral Commission. A lot of people have circled that in the word independence. How independent is the Independent National Electoral Commission? Because it is not insulated yet from political interference and government control. Government funds, government makers appointment, and invite agitations that there are people who work in INEC who are members of political parties. How do we achieve the true independence of INEC?
What other countries in Africa have done, Kenya, Lesotho, Botswana, and the rest of them.
is to put in place a mechanism whereby vacant positions in the electoral bodies are advertised. And this was the recommendation of the Ways panel as far back as 2008, that in choosing the members of the Electoral Commission and resident electoral commissioners, we should advertise the positions. Right now, such an advert has just been published in Lesotho, an African country, so that those who believe they are credible to conduct good elections, men and women of character and integrity who are fair, members of the public will be given the opportunity to object to any of them that is not qualified, morally or otherwise. And then the names are shortlisted. And the best three are sent to the National Assembly through the president to be a forum to shortlist. Omoye's panel had recommended the National Judicial Council to be the body that will scrutinize the candidate and recommend the best three. So the president will simply take the names to the National Assembly for the legislators pick and choose among the lists that have been recommended. Now, this goes a long way to justify the independence, to make the body free from control. Two, first, that has been allowed that the budget of INEC, right, should be on first line charge. In other words, INEC will not have to go to the executive and spend money to carry out its activities. The other point that you raised, again, has to do with encouraging Nigerians to come on abroad who have voted to participate in electing their leaders. One, public officers who are engaged in election management, election monitoring, and the rest of them. And this is what other countries do. You allow them at least a week or two to cast their votes before the general election. In the same manner, Nigerians who are abroad will have the opportunity to vote, to cast their votes in our embassies. In not less than 28 African countries have adopted participation in elections by those in diaspora. In fact, in the case of Nigeria, we got a judgment in 2008, Bello and INEC, where the federal high court said yes, to avoid discrimination against Nigerians who live abroad, they should be allowed to vote in local elections. INEC take the necessary bill to the National Assembly. And then I do hope that that bill will be considered positively this time around, so that we really can encourage Nigeria. And as they say in America, no representation and no taxation. No taxation without representation. Today, remittances from citizens abroad are higher sometimes than the money that we make from oil and gas. So if they are remitting billions of dollars,
my people, that's all the video I have for you guys to show. But before I leave now, again, I leave you with a message of unity. Let me quickly go through the comments. Let's see. Let's see. Nigerians should be voting for regional electoral commissions, and the positions should be for 12 positions with 2 for each geographical region. Well, we'll see how that happens. We'll see how that works out. But my people, wherever you find yourself, make sure you're pushing the message of organization. We don't need to love each other to organize, but we can agree that that country needs fixing. So speak the language of unity. We don't have to be BFFs to move the country forward, because Nigeria needs to be saved though. The fact that you are not there does not mean that one way or the other it's not going to affect you. What's going on there is not going to affect you. There are people that I'm sure depending on you. And most of you that are in this comment section are because of the concern for Nigeria, and I make una dey this comment section, including the ones that are on payroll of T-Pain. If to say Nigeria good, they're not going to do payroll of T-Pain. They make their own livelihood, they make their money. Some of them for be business people, but they are here being sycophants. The reason why we have religious sycophancy is because the system is not working, it's broken. Who go work morning till night, enter house, now you won't get time to they sleep for church every day? Nobody will have that time. Who never chop belle full, now you want to date. Look, everybody should think about organizing wherever you are. Always speak the message of unity. When we don't sort out what we need to sort out, we feel resume the fight, the quarrel from across the fence. It will be fence quarrel. You understand? That's where me I stand though. This is the message I'm going to keep pushing until hopefully something happens. I'm still also looking out for the video that Dele Farotimi said he was going to come out and do with his friend, because I'm curious. I really want to know what they have to say or share with us. So if that video comes out, if it pops out, if you guys know about it, let me know also, as I'm also paying attention to see when that will drop. So guys, thank you so much for joining me this wonderful evening. I appreciate your time. And guys, I'll see you on my next one. Thank you so much, Michael. Yago, thank you. AB, thank you. Tokumbo, thank you very much. Ify, everyone that was able to join the live, I appreciate you all. If I not mention your name, I bemona no verse, I not scroll all the way up again. All right, so have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye.